Joining us right now is Moelis and Company Vice Chairman Eric Cantor, a former U.S. Congressman of Virginia who served as a House Majority Leader. Let's just go brass tacks. Really for the market and investors to understand sort of what's going to happen here with both the budget and how this tax plan plays out. How quickly do you think this all happens?
Well, you know, they've got to sort of resolve some of the issues. I haven't seen the latest on the SALT provisions as well, because I'm sure there are negotiations still ongoing with that. And the interesting part about this sort of SALT negotiations is that a big portion of those who are asking for a higher cap come from a state like New York.
Right.
Many are from upstate New York. Several of those have indicated publicly their desire to run for governor of this state. And that puts them in a separate category. And frankly, when you are in the whipping process, it makes a very difficult prospect for leadership to convince them to come along, because they've got other interests right now. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But I assume, you know, they're going to try and get this to the floor as quickly as possible. They'll still have a lot of wrangling to go forward. It does not stop until the last vote is taken on the floor. And then they got to worry about the Senate.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So there's the fault lines inside of the House to begin with. By the way, we're on, it's May 14th. Do you think this gets inside the House, wrapped up? Is this something that happens in a week? Is this something that happens in 2 weeks? I mean, we had the speaker here a couple months ago. He said this would be done by Labor Day. Not by Labor Day, by Memorial Day.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be done by Memorial Day.
Maybe Labor Day, but maybe not.
I do think the X-date announcement by Bessent earlier, I think this week or last, about when the debt ceiling needs to be raised in August, I think that does put a hard deadline on things that you can probably suspect. Now, Congress does act on deadlines like that. So I suspect that we're going to be seeing this throughout the summer until the end of July.
You know, Kevin McCarthy was just here, and he said there's no question that this will get passed because they have to do it. Otherwise, taxes go back up and everybody goes home a heel.
Right. I mean, there's no question. And obviously, look, there's no excuse for Republicans not to pass this bill. There's uni-party control. You've got this reconciliation process, which reduces the voting threshold in the Senate. But look, there's provisions in here, and I know from, you know, our client perspective at Moelis, you know, we've got a lot of folks in the clean energy business, and there is significant reductions in the benefits that were afforded the clean energy business, the renewables industry in the IRA bill that are being taken away. And I suspect the Senate now is going to be very active on those issues, and it's one of the unanswered questions as to what else will be sort of messed with in this bill.
When you look at the distinctions between the Senate and the House, how do you think that breaks down?
Well, I mean, I do think the unanswered question has been, where do the conservatives come down? Because, you know, the Medicaid issue, although the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, gave Republicans a lot more credit for their changes to Medicare, and essentially what those changes are is increased screening of recipients and more consistent screening as to who should get the benefit or not. But there's really not reform in terms of trying to go back to what was done during the Obamacare bill, which expanded the universe of coverage. And that's the real objection by the conservatives. So there has been some noise made in the Senate that they'd like to see some more of that as well. But it comes down to the votes and what they can really do on Medicare. So you've got Medicare up in the air. Still in the House, you've got, I mean, not Medicare, Medicaid up in the air in the House, and you've got Medicaid in the Senate. And I do think the IRA provisions will become more focused in the Senate.
I want to pivot to your business, the banking business. You spent a lot of time with CEOs who I think thought that they were going to be doing mergers galore under this administration. The tariffs, I think, and the question mark that's created has created a question mark about whether there's going to be more deals. Do you see a shift in attitude even in the last week? Or do you think it's still a sense of paralysis? Let's wait and figure out what's really going to happen 90 days from now, either on China or the rest of it?
Well, sort of to add to your question, Andrew, think about the volatility in the market, in the public equities market. It's just since Liberation Day. I mean, there was a drawdown of 14, 15%. We're now back up. I mean, that in and of itself, when you're an investor, is going to make you pause. Now, I can tell you at Moelis, we came into the year with a lot of tailwind.
Right.
I mean, after the election, as you say, everyone was animal spirits back again. And, I think you saw in many of us and our peers, the first quarter results reflected that kind of decision-making that went on with those animal spirits. Now, Liberation Day did certainly put a pause, and I think anybody, whether you're a sponsor or a strategic, you sort of have to step back for a minute and start to think, what are these tariffs going to mean to us? But I do think over, you had a 3.5, 4 week period during that time in which there was a pause. But I think over the last week to 10 days, 2 weeks, there's certainly been a return back to business, let's say. I'm not saying we're back to where we were.
Well, the S&P is, but the question is business
on the deal market,
yeah.
right. And I do think it was an interesting, there was a title of one of the research reports I saw that said, we are now back to our regularly scheduled programming. And I thought that was kind of a tongue-in-cheek way of saying, okay, back to business. I think the announcement over China in Geneva over the weekend by Scott Bessent and Jameson Greer, I think did add to the fact that, hey, we're going to live with some tariffs. And as we know, Bessent has been continuous in saying, hey, we're going to have 10%. The president as well. Right. So I think people are sort of putting that into place. Look, and you've got in our business, on the sponsor side of things, a lot of fundamentals that still are in place. I mean, if you've got sponsors that are sitting there with, let's say, 40 portfolio companies where regular state is 25, they got to transact, And so I do think, discussions are ongoing, and I'm much more optimistic, but in an impacted way, given what's going on.
You want to weigh in on the plane?
No. No, but I do want to say it's such classic activity by, an individual like President Trump, who has been incredibly artful using the media. And, it's this political dynamic. The more you spend time on that plane.
Wasting time talking about the plane.
Right. The more you spend time on that plane, the stronger he gets in terms of people saying, you see, this is what the media is about. They can't get enough of it. Clicks and eyeballs. Why aren't we paying attention to this incredible amount of economic development activity that's going on in the Gulf right now with
right,
all
but see,
the
I would say the opposite. I would think, though, that he would want everybody focused on exactly that, the development and economic growth and deals that are being made in the Middle East. And instead, people are sitting around talking about the propriety or not, or national security issues around a plane.
You are talking about that. I don't think most people are talking about that. But the people that are paying attention to this conflict, and that's what drives viewership. I don't have to tell you, it's your business. That's what has been so artful on his part. He's got now even more support because, of course, the media is not focused on what's really important, which is the geopolitical aspect of where he is today, the economic and trade aspects of where he is today, and the phenomenal sort of addition to economic growth.